A rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from crow, in Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. This half they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now just we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try you. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts, we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
See Mami Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from crow, in Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. This half they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now just we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try you. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts, we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try you.
Back up joints with a trembling, oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of freedom. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again Again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget the land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go, opposite Udi, but the right hand the side, along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the pali boy, see no day for talk. See nothing for that. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go, opposite Udi, but the right hand the side, along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask them.
heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala, ha niile si na ịdị nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị, onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị, onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpụ isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of radio Biafra and Biafra television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Njoku school was a revolution against your incompetence and your unbridled tribalism. I said it before, maybe some people did not hear me very well. Njoku school was a revolution. I don't support it. I don't think that you should have gone on to kill those morons from the north that he killed. You should have left them, allowed their own people to tear them to pieces. A popular revolution. Not by way of a coup. I don't believe in coups. I don't believe in it. It was this Janjaweed who brought imbalance and injustice, unfairness into Nigeria's governance with the help of the United Kingdom. Because they see you as their slaves, you are still a colony. You are still niggers to them. After all, that was what they named you, Nigeria. Nigger area. People who are niggers occupying a nigger area. That's your name, Nigeria. That's the meaning of Nigeria. If you don't know. If when they call it Nigeria, it sounds a bit sweet. It sounds a bit okay. Nigger area. That's who you are. You're a nigger. That's your name. French, they call it Niger. Black people in this UG. Lord, have mercy upon your souls. He was the Janjaweed that brought in all this garbage into the zoo. And we are going to fight them every inch of the way. We're not going to concede. Not 1 inch. And Umahi, Miyetiala, if you are in any forest in Biafra land, you are gone. We'll meet you there and you will die. Leave our forest alone. The same people that said no, ban on open grazing, have they been able to enforce it? It is actually ESN that is enforcing the ban on open grazing. That is why no cattle should be seen in our forest. We don't want people there. Because it is a plan by the Fulani Janjaweed to make our life an absolute misery. I want to turn to my own fellow Biafrans, those in Bayelsa State. You know, I'm sure by tomorrow now, DSS will give you some money. Maybe, I don't know if it's I think now what they give is, I don't know if it's 400,000 naira for you to get a group of people, share you 400,000 naira to present your face as maybe one group or solidarity advocacy group of Bayelsa. I want to ask Edwin Clark this very evening. He's an old man, so he knows. He was a traitor, a frontline traitor during the war. All of you that betrayed Biafra, where are you today? Edwin Clark, I'm asking you, where are you today? And I don't want to talk about Onogen, the man that they removed, and none of you did anything about it. But you're from the so-called South-South, you're Niger Delta, or South-South-South, or South-South-South-South-South. I don't know where the South will stop. Because in geography, there is nothing, in no cardinal point is South-South. I want to ask you this evening. There is a man called Moses Jitobo from Bayelsa State. He was meant to be the next IG of police. He's the one who's supposed to be there now. 2 months ago, when Adamu's tenure was over, they played a game and prolonged his tenure to another 3 months. He came to talk rubbish, and they sacked him. This man he's a young man because I'm older than him. He's only 52 years old. He should have been the IG of police. His name is Moses Jitobo from Bayelsa State. They retired him at the age of 52 instead of making him the IG of police. And now what they did, they went for a 57-year-old northern Fulani Muslim to make him the acting IG of police. And I have not heard anybody crying from Bayelsa of marginalization. I have not heard any of them come to lament or protest about domination. The oil in our land, the oil that you have in the land of Bayelsa, 80% of it belongs to the north. The other 19.5% belongs to Yoruba. Only 0.5% belongs to 1 or 2 people from the east. Nobody is dominating you. Do you see how clever the Fulanis are, how they play this very game? Fulani, they don't have any issues. All they need to do is to get you hating yourselves. That is all they need to do. Very clever, very brilliant tactics, I'm telling you. Very, very brilliant. All they need to do is to get you to hate yourselves. That is all they need to do. And then they relax and they enjoy the fallout. It was the stupidity of the likes of Edwin Clark that made it possible for them to dismiss Onogen. He wasn't the Chief Justice for long. They made it possible for this man, this young man, Moses Jitobo, to be disgraced out of Abuja at the age of 52. You know, I keep telling them, treachery never pays. DSS will come to us, oh, don't worry, you're not him or you're alone. I accept independence. Because they know that alone you cannot fight them. Do you think they're stupid? It's a simple case of divide and rule. They know if you're... Look at Ogoni, I keep asking every day. Have they cleaned the land of Ogoni? Have they gotten their independence? Have they... has life improved in Ogoni land? The answer is no. But the Fulani will encourage you to assert your Ogoni identity over Biafra. You're not Biafra. Biafra is what binds all of us together. And with the name Biafra, we can fight and be free. All of us. But they tell you, don't support Biafra. You're Ogoni. You are a job. But our brother has been sacked. What did you do? Because you are too small to confront the might of Fulani Janjaweedism. You are too small. You cannot. Only in Biafra can we confront them. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was why I remember the DSS director, again also from Bayelsa, that they removed. They sacked him. They sacked Onogen. They sacked him. And that oil you're fighting for, what's it called again? Resource control. You can never get it. You can never ever get it. From now till the kingdom come, you can't. Do you know why? Because they cleverly carved you out of Biafra. Once you're out of Biafra, everything you're asking for, everything you're agitating for, you can never get. But as one, we are unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Ask yourself this question. Why is it that the Janjaweed are concerned with you, some of you in the East, politicians taking over and floating your own security outfit by state, when they have a greater problem in the North? Some of you, I have preached this thing before, but some of you don't listen. Britain knows what I'm saying. Obasanjo, who is their slave, understands what I'm saying. Every intelligence agency in the world understands what I'm saying. Who created ISIS in West Africa province? They only, I think it was yesterday that they released the video of Saturday's attack on Damasak in Borno. Do you know why they keep attacking Borno all the time? Some of you don't know this, do you? You have no idea. It is how the Fulanis behave. They are attacking Borno because Borno never fell to Fulani Caliphate. And there was a strategy that I learned from the Shehu of Borno that fought the Fulani when they were coming. Anywhere they gather, the Shehu of Borno will attack them. The Shehu never allowed the Fulani to attack his kingdom. Never. Never. The paramount ruler of Borno, his title is the Shehu of Borno, not Emir of Borno. Shehu of Borno. It's only now that the Fulanis are forcibly creating their emirates all over the place. In that part of the world. For Borno never fell. The Kanem Borno Empire never fell. They are not Fulani. Medugri is not Fulani. Borno is not Fulani. They are Kanem Borno people. Very old as well, if I might add. They fought against the Fulani by attacking every Fulani formation. Every Fulani army sent to attack them, to conquer them, they defeated. And do you know oh God, people don't know history. The people leading the charge were actually Fulanis, but the foot soldiers were Hausa people. The same way it is today. That is why every Fulani terror group is focusing on Borno. They want Borno to fall to them. That is something that people don't know. You know when I say, oh, we Northerners, that is the trick they play on some of you. Fulani will say, we Northerners. And that Northerners they're mentioning includes Igbo people in Benue State. That is the joke of the century. We Northerners, but they're in Borno, attacking Borno. ISIS in West Africa released a video of Saturday's attack on Damasak in Borno State. I have not heard people say, oh, there's instability in Borno, do something, let's do this, let's do this. Innocent people were released from a prison in nowhere. Everywhere, hey, even governor's forum, everybody, our life is in danger, security everywhere. But in Borno is being ravaged on all sides, from all sides by Fulani Janjaweed, from every angle. Borno is in trouble. Are you not aware of that? But they're focusing on nowhere. They released their video. The reason why I'm mentioning this is this. I want to let you understand something you don't know. It was Buhari when he was alive that created ISIS in West Africa. Buhari created ISIS. You know, they thought they were being very clever. You know, DSS in Nigeria, they're so foolish. All they know in life, they think if we divide them, if we get somebody, openly of Repop or somebody like that, or form Bubagwa to rival ESN, somehow they will succeed. That is how they are. That is their mindset. It's full on a Janjaweed. That is the way they reason. Replicate everything IPOB is doing. That is why even I think Facebook has shut down. They've shut down. We are broadcasting. Oh God! Isn't it very funny that Facebook has shut down my live broadcast this evening? But the same Facebook will allow multiple fake accounts run by DSS to be opened up in my name. Multiple fake Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accounts everywhere. They won't do anything. That one that they know that people identify me with, they want to shut it down. Let us try them. I want to try them once again. You know, they're very foolish. And funny enough, these are Yoruba young people in Lagos doing all of, you know, black people. If you want to conquer us, you use us to conquer ourselves. That's the way it is. They think they're doing their job, earning their pay, but they're enslaving themselves. The more they do this, the more the Fulanis take over their forest, isn't it? The more Fulani people are in their forest taking it over. They don't understand that what goes around comes around. We are live and we are direct. I think they may have shut it down. I don't know. There are 4 people now watching. From 4,000 to 4. We've now gone up to maybe 24 people watching. But we must preach the gospel of heaven. We must preach this very gospel here. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the unethical conduct of Facebook by removing my broadcast this evening. ISIS in West Africa was created by the late dead Muhammadu Buhari before our eyes in 2016. Buhari called Boko Haram his brothers. Buhari then, when he was alive, not this idiot you're seeing now, the original Buhari is dead.
bata wee gbugide ndị ugwu wee gbuchie ha wee were ana ha akụkọ ahụ ihe a na-akọrọ anyị akọgide aka ka Usman Danfodio si wee gbuchie ndị ugwu o wee bụzi ya datina onye sizi n'ugwu Awụsa wee pụta ma agụ ụra n'ala Igbo isisi agbakwana ejekwana dị ọgụ na ọ na-agbakwa daga maka ọrụ ihe akọrọ anyị ndị a were egwu onye Awụsa ma agụ ụra ịgbachi ya nkịtị maka na ịma na ọ ga-ama gị daga ana ọmacha gị daga ahụ nweghị ga-eme ndị agba were ụjọ wee jide anyị wee na-dagbuo onye ugwu mee gị ihe ịgbachi nkịtị ị na-edi ya mana onye nwanne gị bụ onye Igbo mee gị ihe o wee Biafra mee gị ihe isi ka egbuo ya nkịta nke echi maka na ịma na ọ naghị ama daga aga m agwa unu na daga anyị kịta abụrụzi against ndị Igbo daga anyị kịta bụ against ndị ahụ bịara be anyị igbu anyị otu Usman Danfodio style a ga-ama ha ivu eva n'ụwa niile a daga niile ha malụ n'ugwu Awụsa anyị ga-amakarịa ha nwasef ebe a ka anyị nọ amachazi ya ozi onwe ya we will now begin to idozi ana anyị dozi ana Igbo dozi ana Biafra ọ dịla anyị mma maka na ihe anyị na-achọ ka ọ dị onye ọbụla na mma ka ihe niile a na-eme na-aga aga onye nwere isi ọgụgụ ọ gụọ onye nwere isi eji arụpụta ihe o mee ya na-arụ ya na-afọ ya na ya na-eme kọmpetishọn ọhịa na-eme ka ụwa dị mma onye ọbụla na-egori ndewonu.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this morning program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to us wherever you're connecting from. Please, as you join us, like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you. Don't keep the program to yourself. We have come to preach the gospel of Biafra, as we always do. It's an assignment that we have taken by ourselves. So as you join us on this program, either you are watching on TikTok. If you are watching on TikTok, please tap the screen and help us to share the program. You are watching on Facebook, like the program and share it. If you are watching on YouTube, where I am hosting the program, also you have to like the program, give a thumbs up and share the program to other platforms. You don't have to watch alone. You know that our program is not promoted. It is we that are going to promote it. How do you promote it? By paying attention, by liking, by sharing to people, and by commenting. These are the way you can keep the platform busy, and the algorithm will locate us, and they will not have any other choice than to begin to suggest our videos. So if you want the videos to be suggested and promoted, like and share. Like and share. Very, very important. So wherever you are watching this program this morning, I welcome every one of you. I appreciate you. And for the sake of those who are joining us for the very first time, those who are coming on this platform for the very first time, I want you to understand that in this very platform where you are watching this program, it is a platform that belongs to people that care about humanity. This is a platform that represents humanity. In this platform, we mainly talk about the issue of Biafra because that is our area of concentration. I, my own very self, I am unapologetically an Igbo Biafran. And I must have to say something about things that concern me before I will begin to talk about others. They say charity begins at home. So in this platform, we mainly talk about the issue of Biafra. We present Biafra to the world as the only alternative to the failed state Nigeria, the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do. We present Biafra to the world and we speak the truth about Biafra and nothing but the truth. We expose the atrocities Nigerian government is committing against the Biafrans, the inhuman treatment, the marginalization, the killings that are going on, the genocide that is going on, the war Nigeria have continued to fight against Biafrans even as we speak. In this platform, we expose them and we make sure that the world get the true information of what is going on in Nigeria. Not just against Biafra, against other ethnic groups, against the Christians in Nigeria. The atrocities against the Christians in Nigeria is hidden. No one is paying attention for economic interests. All of a sudden today, I think we see they are paying attention because their own interests have been affected. But it's not supposed to be so. That is why we are here to continue to expose those wrongdoings against the Biafrans. The lies they are telling against the Biafran people that they have told for a very long time. The lies they sponsor against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and against all Biafrans, I myself, and against you that is watching there. In this platform, we stand against those lies. We expose them. We don't come here to attack Biafrans themselves. We don't come here to attack anybody. We don't come here for saga. That is not why we are here. If you are one of those who is seeking for a place you're going to hear gossip and saga, this is not the platform for you. You can exit and look for somewhere you will go. There are so many platforms that are busy on that saga. And if you go there, you will see people of like manners like you. You will see the crowd there and you will enjoy all your time and hear all the saga, also make your contribution. But here, we talk about issues that concern Biafra, issues that matters. The truth and nothing but the truth. And we put it out there for the world to hear us. Creating international awareness. That is why we are here. Creating international awareness. That is why we are here. Because we have gotten to a stage whereby the hand of the world must be moved. They have kept silent for a very long time. The silence of the international communities is unbearable, and we can no longer continue to keep silent and watch that happen. That is why we have to change the narrative by all means necessary, and we have to continue to speak. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, I welcome all of you, and I thank you for being part of the program. Remember, in every of our live stream, you can join us if you wish to join us. If you have a question to ask, question that has to do with the restoration of Biafra, question that has to do with our belief in Biafra. If you have such questions, please do ask a question, or you have a contribution to make. You have a superior argument. There is something you know that we don't know, or that is something we are doing, you feel we are not doing it right. Please feel free to use the link, send a request, and we are going to bring you in, and you make a contribution. The only thing we ask is that when you are joining us, if you are appearing on video, make sure you appear in a decent manner. Appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you naked or putting on just your singlet is not advisable. We don't allow you to do that. And when you are speaking to us also, we appreciate it if you can speak in a very civil manner. Try as much as you can. No matter how angry you are, no matter how dissatisfied you are, no matter the topic you want to bring in, please talk about it in a very civil manner so that the people watching out there can be able to understand you and be able to respond to you accordingly. You can't come here to be cursing people out or be abusing people. We don't allow that. No matter how dissatisfied you are with what we are doing or the opinion you have or what you have to say or how angry, even if you're angry, control yourself. Speak in a civil manner in order to get a civil response also. So I thank everyone who have joined us, wherever you are joining from. Either you're watching from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You're watching us from Russia, you're watching from China, you're watching from Israel. Wherever you are watching us from, we welcome you and we thank you for being part of the program. On today's program, we have come to talk about a very, very important issue. A very disturbing issue. And if you look at the topic I chose here, you will see what the topic says. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu poisoned It's a question. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu poisoned DSS secret plot to end Biafra as Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku head to appeal. These are very important topics that we want to discuss. And we are going to follow it accordingly. Just bear with us, help and share the program so that others can come along and hear us. Because this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this allegation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being poisoned, this allegation has been there for a very long time and people do not understand the weight of the allegation. And now, the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is deteriorating worse than ever. It is getting worse every day. And it calls for attention. It calls for attention. The health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is getting worse. And Nigerian government have refused him from taking treatment. This is why this time, it is a time that every one of us should continue to shout on top of our voices. Don't wait until something happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do not wait. This allegation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being poisoned is not a joke. It's not a joke. By the time we conclude on this program today, you are going to hear the testimony of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about his head and what was done to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why today Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have intensified in writing to Nigerian Medical Association. He has been writing them several letters and explaining things that happened. It is unfortunate that at this point in time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs us. He needs you. He needs me more than ever. But unfortunately, some of us are not paying attention. Some of us are still busy listening to propaganda and blackmails that are coming from right, left, and center. It is really, really sad. At the same vein, we will talk about the appeal of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, which we know he has. I have said it before now, that Mazi Simon Ekpa have prepared for appeal and his appeal has been sent forward. And this is a fact. But they are fighting it in all angles, in all corners. Nigerian government is fighting by all means to make sure that they stop Biafra, because they know, just like Mazi Simon Ekpa said, that we have gotten to the highest level in this struggle. After this stage, it is Biafra. We have gotten to the highest level. That is why they are putting everything in place, including elimination of our leaders. Including elimination of our leaders. That is what we are saying today. But wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Njoku, join us on this platform today. Help and share the program. And also add your own voice. Increase the volume. The world must hear us. Wonderful people of Biafra. Lovers of truth across the world. And freedom fighters all over the world, wherever you are. I welcome all of you and I extend my greetings to you wherever you are. We are here again today to discuss a matter of great urgency and grave concern. A matter of great urgency and great concern. We have had several times of this shocking report of alleged poisoning attempt on our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by the Nigerian DSS. This allegation has come several times and it is not a joke. At this point in time that the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is failing seriously, we must no longer keep silent. Lovers of freedom across the world, you must not be silent. Human rights activists across the world, you must not silent. An innocent man is being poisoned by Nigerian DSS and nobody said anything. At the same time, they have refused him to have his medication, to take normal treatment. What we are seeing today is not just an attack on one man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is an attack on our collective struggle. This is an attack on our collective struggle, on our destiny, and our rights to exist as a free people. Alongside this, we must also examine the ongoing appeal of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, in the court, and how these two matters are part of the desperate agenda, a desperate move by Nigerian government to silence Biafran voice and destroy our hope. But let it be known, an idea cannot be poisoned. An idea cannot be poisoned. The truth cannot be silenced. And freedom cannot be killed. It is high time every one of us wake up and pay attention to what is happening. Several reports have been coming out indicating that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may have been subjected to a poisoning while in DSS custody. If this is true, then what we are looking at is not only unlawful detention, but attempted state-sponsored assassination. That is what we are seeing today. State-sponsored assassination. That is what we are seeing. And the whole world is watching, doing nothing. As always, the United Nations is watching, doing nothing. As always, Amnesty International is watching, doing nothing. Ask yourself, why would a government resort to a poison? Why would a government resort to poison? Why would they be afraid of one man locked behind bars? It's not enough for them, they want to poison him. The answer is simple. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents the voice of millions. He carries the dream of Biafra in his heart. And that dream frightens the oppressor more than any weapon ever could. This is why, even in their custody, a government resorted to poisoning an innocent man. Everyone that cares about humanity in this planet Earth, it is high time every one of us pay attention to what is going on. The desperation of the DSS and the state is unimaginable. They are getting more desperate every day, up to the extent of organizing state-sponsored assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the whole world is watching in broad daylight. When we talk about this concern, some of you think it's just a made-up story. It is not a made-up story. It's not a made-up story. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself have spoken and given out information explaining what he passed through from the time he was abducted up to date. When he was abducted in Kenya airport, dragged, rendition in breach of the law, and yet everybody kept silent. Nobody did anything. These questions have been asked again and again, and nobody provides answer. Is the Nigerian government poisoning Nnamdi Kanu? Is Nigerian government poisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And there is no answer to this question. The international communities are silent. as always. And some of them who call and say politician in Biafran, some of them come out and make noise and say, if something happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what are you going to do when he's gone? What will you do? That thing you know you will do when he's here. Why don't you do it now? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself has said it clear. He alleges that DSS doctors falsified his health records. The DSS doctors falsified the record of the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hiding dangerously low potassium level. They hid it from the public. As low as 1.9 mmol. The life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at risk. And yet, all of us think it's like business. You think that it's just a mere accusation. You think it's like business as usual. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his own word, claims he was forced to ingest unidentified drug in Kenya. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was forced to ingest unidentified drug in Kenya into his body. Now in the DSS custody, his health worsened with no proper care. And we ask, is this deliberate poisoning? If not, what else will it be? After forcing him to ingest unidentified drugs in Kenya, and they put it to his body. Since then, they have not allowed him to take proper medical care. That is why they continue to keep him. Even when he demanded to go to their own hospital in Nigeria, they refused him. And we ask, is this deliberate poisoning? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has cried out to Nigerian Medical Association. He has written and cried out and asked them to investigate, to take charge, respect their oath of office, respect their profession, that they should take it up on themselves, investigate by themselves about his health and what Nigeria and DSS are doing to his body. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrote a letter to Nigerian Medical Association. In that letter, he reveals life-threatening symptoms that he's seeing. Life-threatening symptoms that he sees. But these symptoms are ignored by DSS doctors. The doctors provided by DSS, they ignore the symptoms, which he complained about always. And they falsified information that are coming. They also falsify the tests. After collecting his blood, they make a test, they falsify it. So many untreated conditions. And we ask, could this be poisoning by Nigerian government? If not, what else will it be? What else will it be? When somebody that is ill in your custody, you have him already in your custody. He complains of life-threatening symptoms. You ignore it. After conducting a test, you falsify it. So many untreated conditions in him. What else will it be? Is this not a gradual process of taking him out, poisoning him? Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying slowly in the DSS. And yet, so many of us are busy gossiping. And yet, those who call themselves politicians, those who call themselves elites, those who call themselves governors in the Southeast, they turn a blind eye. A man who has put his life on the line. And remember, he said he's not going to disappoint us, that we will be the ones to disappoint him. And that time has come. All you hear on the media, if anything happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if anything, what will you do? That thing you know you will do when something happens. Why? What are you waiting for? Why not go ahead and do it now that he's alive to rescue him? Why are you waiting for something to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before you act? our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu revealed by himself. He revealed. By himself, he revealed. A strange red wine colored liquid. A strange red wine colored liquid in Kenya that they gave to him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu revealed. DSS doctors gave him a strange red wine colored liquid. They gave him a strange red wine colored liquid in Kenya. No transparency, no recovery. And we ask, is Nigeria poisoning the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in their custody? These revelations are very heavy. So when we ask, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu poisoned? It is not a made-up question. It's a legitimate question, and we need answers. And we want everyone that cares. We need voices across the world, international communities to join their voices, human rights activists on all angles to add their voices. What is going on? Why is Nigerian government poisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gradually? Why are they trying to take him out? Every information about him, they falsify it. DSS doctor also falsified his potassium level. They falsify it. They falsified his potassium level. 1.9 mmO, 1/L. Ignoring life-threatening symptoms. The life of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at risk. Are we going to fold our hand and wait until when he gives up the ghost before we will now act? What else do you want to hear? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you what happened. They forced him to ingest unidentified drugs in Kenya into his body. Up to today, they have not told us what drug did they ingest into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What drug did they force Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to ingest into his body in Kenya? And since all this while, the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been worsening. When you look at him in the last appearance in court, you see that his face is swollen. That is not the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we know. That is not the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we know. Since Mazi Simon Ekpa is not here to take the bull by the horn and continue to force their hand to do what they have to do, you can see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somehow helpless. All he has to do is to resort to writing to Nigerian Medical Association, which you know that the Zoological Republic are in control of them. These same medical association are also threatening the very doctor, the private doctor that is treating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They're threatening him. The doctor that revealed the true state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health and the true level of the potassium in his body. The man was summoned, and they are threatening that man up to today as we are speaking. They summoned him in Imo State. Why is Nigerian government poisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What we are seeing today, what else will it be? What else will it be? Why would he be treated in this form? Why? What else will it be? If not trying to poison him. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a striking revelation that DSS gave him a strange red wine colored liquid. A strange red wine colored liquid they gave him. Can they come and explain to us what was that red wine colored liquid they gave him to drink in Kenya? What was that red wine colored liquid they gave to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drink in Kenya? was that? We need answers. And we ask, is Nigeria poisoning our security Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Now you can understand how genuine our questions are, how our worries are. And we are calling attention of the world. We are calling attention of all human rights activists across the world. Nations that matters. The United Nations will pay attention. This is an innocent man whom they have given Nigeria ultimatum to release. They refuse to release him. And instead, they choose to be poisoning him gradually. Why have Nigeria chosen this path? Even when the potassium in the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crashed to 1.9 mmol/L, yet DSS claim it's normal. DSMs and their doctors claim it is normal, even when they know that his life is in danger. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fainting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is having chest pain every time. Ignored. What else could be poisoning than this? What else? How else can you interpret this except poisoning? How else do you want to interpret it? Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose a doctor who tried to save his life, they came after the doctor. They intimidated the doctor. They lied against the doctor. They summoned the doctor. They continue to hide the truth. Is Nigeria poisoning our spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I want the international communities to help us and ask this question to Nigeria, to unravel the answer to this question. Amnesty International, United Nations, and all the countries that mattered, to unravel the answer to this question. They force him to take pills in Kenya. Unmarked pills, pills that doesn't have, when you hear unmarked pill, just giving you something you don't know of. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very brilliant and very educated. So they gave him pills that are unmarked. There's no way you can identify what it is. That's what they gave him in Kenya. And since after this abduction, there have been different kinds of health challenges. His health is deteriorating gradually, slowly, weakening every day. There is no other thing or no other ways to explain it than that. Could this be poisoning? We need answers. We need answers. His doctors has confirmed that if Kanu is not treated, that he risks stroke or death. The doctors of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have confirmed, if not treated urgently, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu risks stroke or death. And yet, DSS ignore it. And yet, DSS have refused him to take proper medication. Is this neglect, not poisoning? Is it not intentional to watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die? Why are we silent? What are we waiting for? Why are we waiting for something to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before we act? Why? Every information about the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been falsified. They threaten the lawyers, the doctors that are taking care of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They go through their own labs and falsify every information that they have. What else could you call that? When you tamper with the health record of somebody. What else is it? Is that not an assassination? Is that not an assassination attempt? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continued to speak and shout and said that I was given unidentified drug in Kenya. DSS doctor falsified his test. They brought a different test altogether instead of the original test. What else could this be if not targeting his life to eliminate him? What else are you thinking? The only thing they are doing is to target his life and eliminate him. With all the experiences of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the world is silent. The international communities are doing nothing. Everybody is going about their businesses as if it is business as usual. It is not. And you, as a Biafran, you are silent. You are watching. You pretend it doesn't concern you. For how long are we going to continue to be silent? For how long are we going to continue to watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu treated in this manner? My people of Biafra, lovers of freedom across the world, this alleged poisoning is not an isolated case. It is not an isolated case. It fits into a bigger pattern of intimidation, abuse, and desperation of Nigeria. We have seen many people. Showore confessed of this same thing. Showore faced the same thing. We saw it. He complained about it. Remember Fela? Remember Fela? Fela complained about the same thing. Remember MKO Abiola? So when we are showing concern and speaking about these issues of poisoning, it is not an isolated case. It is not. The Nigerian state has used detention without trial to break people's spirit. And that is what we want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to use detention without trial to break his spirit, to buy time, to frustrate movements. Media blackout on everything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Media blackout on his health, falsifying everything that comes across them to silence our cry. They block us on media. The media blackout. The case of media is not an easy something. The media blackout on, more especially on this health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is unimaginable. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares. You can imagine even when he came to court and the judge say, I called back my holiday because of his health. And yet you refuse him to go for immediate medical checkup. You refuse to grant him. You refuse to grant him that ability, that opportunity to go to the hospital and treat himself. But you told us that you called off your holiday because of his health. What else do we need to see to know that the Nigerian government is deliberately poisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and making sure that their poison have effect? They have done everything they can. They tried to break him. They couldn't break his spirit. They tried to buy time and frustrate his movement. They see like it's not working. They block all the media outlets, both on social media, on everywhere you speak about it, they attack you. They make sure your voice doesn't go far. When they tried all these things and they feel it's not working, and now possibly poison to end it once and for all. But what they forget is this: you can kill the messenger, but you cannot kill the message. You can kill the messenger, but you cannot kill the message. You can lock up the body, but you cannot imprison the truth. It doesn't matter how you try. You will never, ever succeed. Nigerian government is trying everything they can to make sure that they end Biafra. Just like Mazi Simon Ekpa said, that the struggle of Biafra has gotten to the highest level, the highest peak. There is no other place. It has reached the elastic limit. It's either you let them go. It's either you let them go or something else drastic will happen. That is where we are today. It's either you let Biafra go or something very drastic will happen. Elastic limit. There's no other place to go. Why this poison allegation unfold? We must not forget the court appeal of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is also there. Why is this important? Because the system is trying to weaken our leadership on every side. They are trying to weaken the leadership of Biafra on every side, attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu physically and legally, trying to cripple Mazi Simon Ekpa through endless legal battle. Beware. It is one strategy with one goal: to silence Biafra, but we must expose it, resist it, and rise above it. But how can you resist it? How can you rise above it when you are busy gossiping? How can you resist it? How can you rise above it when you are busy abusing yourselves, calling yourself name, destroying yourself and dividing the attention, creating disunity? How can you be able to rise above it? As freedom fighters, those who need their freedom, we must not rely on emotion. We must build evidence. We must not rely on emotion alone. We must build evidence. That is why I will encourage the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to push on. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to rise the Nigerian Medical Association, continue to push to get evidence. Because just as I told you, the world does not operate in pity. The world, they don't care. It is not about pity. Evidence, everything in this planet Earth today is evidence-based. So all this is, it is not enough to say this. We are begging and pleading that the Nigerian Association of Medical Association should do their own job also. We have Biafrans there who are part of them. We have Biafrans there. We know that people are corrupt. There will still be some people who are not corrupt, who that corruption cannot get at. We know Nigeria. Nigeria is corrupt and they can give you anything. They can give you anything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows about that. But we still believe that Njoku can use one person to stand the ground. So we don't just rely on emotion. The lawyers should continue to press on, continue to write these petitions to Nigerian Medical Association to step in and conduct complete comprehensive tests for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have to step in. We need the exact medical record of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We need the toxicology reports. We need independent examination of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are what we need. It's our demand. And it should be done as fast as possible. As fast as possible. There are witnesses we are hearing from lawyers. Lawyers are testifying of what he has told them. We need those informations. Family members. People that we are able to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu face to face. Come out and speak and tell us what he told you. These evidence are required by the world. The international communities, people that are paying attention, they need to hear this. They need to see it. People that met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu face to face, what he told them, what they heard from him. Put it online. Let's speak about it and make sure it gets to where it has to get to. And we must continue to keep the documentation of the DSS actions and inactions. Their actions and inaction. And I believe that the lawyers are doing a very good job on that aspect. Every action of the DSS and their inactions. I have seen them do so many things, like Maxwell. Maxwell is doing very good. Maxwell is performing excellently well. Aloy Ejimakor is also in the forefront battling. They should keep it up. Keep it up. Continue to document all DSS actions and inactions. And push this to the world. Push it to international communities. And I bet you they cannot remain silent forever. They cannot remain silent forever. These things are very important to put in place. Because when we take the case before the world, to the United Nations, to human rights organization, it is not rumor that will stand. It is fact. And facts are on our side. That is why I say nobody is going to do anything for you out of pity. We need facts and figures, informations, truth. That is what we need at this point in time. It's a very critical time. Don't play with this moment. Do not joke with this moment. If you joke with this moment, it will joke with you. If you play with this moment, it's because Nigeria is a devilish entity, a place where the devil rules. So whatever you're doing, you need to have your evidence in your hand. Because the world doesn't operate by pity. Just like I told you, they're not going to leave you out of pity. We must continue to put pressure, both international pressure, locally, anywhere, continue to mount pressure. And it is time for the world to care about what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to Biafran people. The world must care. The world must care. Because this is not just a Biafra issue. It is not just about Biafran. It is about a human issue. It is a human issue. It is a human being that is being treated like an animal. It's human life that is being told with. Every human being deserves the right to life, justice, and dignity. So this is not just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is about human life. It's about humanity. It is about humanity. It is not just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not just about the Biafra issue. It is about humanity. Every human being deserves the right to life, justice, and dignity. If Nigeria can poison a politician, a political prisoner, without consequence, then every activist in Africa is in danger. If Nigeria can continue to poison politicians, continue to poison activists without any consequence, then every activist in Africa is in danger. If Nigeria can silence a voice like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then democracy and freedom across Africa are at risk. This is a fact. This is the truth that the world must pay attention to. Not you come and preach democracy in one angle, you preach human rights in another angle. When it comes to the issue of Biafran and black people, you turn your blind eyes to it. You turn your blind eyes. Today, look at injustice. Look at where humanity is at risk. Where human life is at risk. And every single one of you is keeping silent. You're not saying anything. You're not saying anything. If Nigeria can silence a voice like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then what is democracy in Africa? Democracy and freedom across Africa are at risk, definitely. That is why we must shout louder wherever you are in this platform today. Shout louder than ever. Organize stronger. We must organize ourselves stronger. We must. It is a must. Not maybe. We don't have any choice. We must organize ourselves stronger and call the world attention to this injustice that's been melted upon our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must continue to speak about it. Do not be silent about it. Do not ignore it. Don't pretend you're not hearing it. You're not seeing it. This is not the time to pretend. This is time to call for action. It is time to call for action. My fellow Biafrans, This is not the time for silence. This is the time for us to take action. It is time. There is no time. We are talking about human life here. We are talking about human life here. The poisoning of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is real. Even though we ask it as a question, we need answers. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu poisoned. We need answers. Every one of us should continue to spread this message. Share this information. Share this broadcast. Write it by yourself and share it. Continue to push this information across. Share this live stream. Tweet it. Post. Talk to your neighbors. Wherever you are living across the world. People around you. In your counties. Your representative where you live. Talk to them. Let them know that somewhere in Nigeria, that human life is at risk. Let the world hear about this poison plot against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let the world hear about this very poison plot. It is important. You don't have to be silent. And we have to continue to demand for independent medical access. We have to continue to demand for independent medical access. Continue to shout on top of your voice. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do. It can never be. I have told you that it will never be enough. This noise making is never be enough. That I said it today doesn't mean you can't say it tomorrow. That I said this in this program today doesn't mean you don't say it in the next program where you go. Everywhere you go, continue to ask for independent medical access for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The world must see proofs of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's condition. We want Nigerian government, the DSS, to present the proof of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu medical condition. We need it. And wherever you are, anything you can do to create awareness, anything you can do wherever you are, protest, vigil, anyone, sit at homes, continue to do it. This is the time to intensify the pressure. Support peaceful protests, vigils anywhere, both in Biafra land and in diaspora, outside embassies, Nigerian missions abroad. Let us intensify the force. We can't be silent. The life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at risk. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu poisoned, and every one of us is silent. And every one of us still have the time to gossip. You still have the time to attack yourselves. You still have the time to push propaganda. And human life is being watched, slipping away from his own hands. And some will come and say, if something happens to Mazi, will you wait until something happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before you act? I am asking this question. I need an answer. Should we wait? Should we fold our hand and wait until something happens before we take an action? That is my question to Biafran people. Should we fold our hand and wait? We must continue to pressure human rights organizations across the world. We must continue to call them out. Human rights organizations across the world. Amnesty International. Write them. They have their contact everywhere. It's not hidden. Write to Amnesty International. Write to Human Rights Watch. Write to United Nations and demand an investigation. Let them conduct an independent investigation on the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on this allegation of poisoning. We don't have to keep silent. We must continue to write. Begin to write now. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, United Nations. Demand for investigation. Don't tell me they won't do anything. Do your own part. Because most of the time we discourage ourselves and say, oh, they're not going to act. Even if you're right, they're not. My friend, can you just do what you have to do? Do your part. We must continue to make this noise. We must continue to speak. And most importantly, we must stay united in our requests. Stay united in our action. Stop this distraction. Stop these distractions that you are putting yourself into. Stop it. Stop the distractions. We must stay united because the main objective of the government of Nigeria, what they want is to divide us. That's their main goal. The government goal is to divide us. But unity is our greatest weapon, and they know it. They know that unity is our greatest weapon. So even though you know that, why are you now falling into their hand? You join them, you help them to create division. Some of us have carried it as our own project. Some of us, Biafran, have now taken that your own project is make sure there is no peace, there's division. Continue to create division as much as you can. Some are paid, some are doing it on their own, out of wickedness, out of envy, jealousy. My fellow Biafrans, I want you all to remember this. No amount of poison can kill an idea whose time has come. I want Nigerian government to hear this and hear it clear. The international communities to hear this and hear it clear. No amount of poison can kill an idea whose time has come. The Nigerian government think Biafra is just a man. They think it is just Nnamdi Kanu. They think it's just Mazi Simon Ekpa and Njoku. But they are wrong. Biafra is all of us. Biafra is a spirit, destiny, and a movement. And no power on earth can stop it. No power on earth can stop it. As they are trying to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the same thing is what they are doing to our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa through Finland. The same thing is what is going on Mazi Simon Ekpa through Finland. Our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa have already put in his appeal. He has already submitted every requirement for appeal, and we're expecting the appeal to be heard this very month. And as we speak, Nigerian government is already working on the ground against that appeal. The Zoological Republic that is working hand in hand with Finland, they are already doing their job against that appeal as we speak. You can imagine criminalizing self-determination. This is what all this is about. A politically motivated charges, criminalizing self-determination, something that is a right of every human being on the planet Earth, a right enshrined and permitted by United Nations, a right permitted by African Peoples and Human Rights Organization, a right permitted even by Nigerian government itself, Nigerian law itself. Nigerian law itself acknowledges self-determination. African Peoples and Human Rights law acknowledges self-determination. International law acknowledges self-determination, but yet Finland and Nigeria criminalize self-determination. Today, Nigeria, why they are trying to poison Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why the alleged poison of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going on. The appeal of Mazi Simon Ekpa is hanging there. And all this is targeted at making sure that they stop Biafra, because Biafra has gotten to the highest level where it will get. It's either you allow them to go or something drastic will happen. It's either you allow Biafra to go or something drastic and chaotic will happen. It has reached the elastic limit. You know, when you take rubber and you draw it, when the rubber reaches the elastic limit, it's either you let it go back where it is or it will cut into pieces. That is where we are today in the quest of Biafra. And you can't beat it. That is why you see the Zoological Republic, they are throwing every single weapon they have on us. They are throwing everything you can think about, everything they have. They don't leave anyone. They don't leave anyone. It is so sad. It is so sad what we are going through and the destruction we are facing. But most painful is that some of us are not paying attention. We are talking about a very dangerous country. Nigeria is not a country that anybody will wish to be part of. Nigeria is not a country that any sensible, reasonable person should wish to be part of. No responsible human being on the planet Earth should wish to be a country that is controlled by the terrorists. A country that the terrorists are running rampage, controlling affairs. And when we talk about these things, some people include, you can imagine, just like the young lady that they just murdered, the young lady that just lost his life, an Igbo lady that is working with Arise Television. That Igbo lady that working, if they told her that that is how she's going to die, she wouldn't believe it. You see, that is why when we are talking about humanity being in danger in Nigeria, people don't understand. Wherever you are in Nigeria, you are endangered person. It doesn't matter where you are, whether Abuja, Lagos, whether you're in your village, any place you are in that territory called the Zoological Republic called Nigeria, you are an endangered person. Some Tochukwu, if they told that lady that she's going to die in such a way, she will not believe it. A very healthy, vibrant lady working with Arise TV died in such a very shameful way. And when you look at her, she might be a one Nigerianist. These are people who are going to be telling you that Nigeria is going to work. She was in the media. Some Tochukwu, look at how she died. Even in her death, they were even lying about what caused her death. Until people begin to come in, her family member begin to come in and speak that it was negligence. In the death of that girl, you will see different kinds of lies. They said armed robber attacked the flat where she was living. And they were going room by room, from room to room. Armed robber had died. They were going room to room. Then she became afraid. They called police and called police. Police could not respond. In Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, a place that's supposed to be the most secure place. They called police. Police did not come. And she had no choice. She jumped from the window and fell down. When she jumped and fell, that was where she fell and got the injury that led to her death. And when they took her to the hospital refused to treat her. They say they want to identify her before they can treat her. In the process of all those delays, she gave up the ghost. This is Nigeria for you. She has been in that studio. Go and check her broadcast. She has been in that studio, helping them, talking and all. And today, look at it. One Nigeria has happened to them. Just like Abati ape face that come there to defend idiocy. Every one of them that is in that their media, Nigerian media, defending idiocy, it will happen to them one day. One Nigeria. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you live. Look at that innocent girl. And when the media come out, the worst is the lie they are telling the media. That is why I don't beat. The worst is the lie they tell. That thing now they come out and they tell you that girl died out of they say that girl died out of they say armed robbers. If you go and investigate, you will find out that the people that came that attack were the Fulani terrorists. It is not armed robbers. Armed robbers cannot scare you to the extent that you will jump from your house and fall down from 3-story building. That kind of armed robbers will not frighten you to that extent. We have seen many videos where terrorists attacked home in Abuja, kidnap people and go with them. We have seen terrorists and we know what it means. And this girl herself understands what it means for a terrorist to come to her flat, get her, a Christian, an Igbo lady. She understands that it is death. So she tried the only option that she had. She tried her luck. And eventually, one Nigeria happened to her. But in their media, they wrote in the media and they were telling us that girl, armed robber. Number one, if they can do a comprehensive investigation, they call it armed, they say armed group. None of them was captured. Nothing was said about it. They say armed group, armed robbers. Go and investigate properly. You will see that the people that came that attack was terrorists. And her being in the media, she knows what these people can do to her with an Igbo name, an Igbo girl in the media. She knows what they will do to her. She knows that she doesn't stand any chance. If they meet her alive, she doesn't stand any chance. So she took the option to see if she can be able to make it. And eventually she jumped in the wrong way. Reaching on the ground, they couldn't rescue her. They took her to hospital. The hospital also joined in taking her life. By not responding immediately, they still waiting. They were waiting to confirm. You can imagine. Somebody that was brought on in emergency. You couldn't save the life. You are waiting to confirm the identity before ever you can treat. Before you know whether she deserves your treatment. And the girl lost her life. A presenter in Arise. There are so many other people who have lost their life on that same level. So when we are talking about the issue of Nigeria, when we talk about the evil, why that contraption should end, it is not, it will happen to you. Today we are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu health. How we are asking, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being poisoned? And you keep silent. You are saying injustice against Mazi Nnamdi. You don't talk. You think you are free because you live in Abuja, because you live in Lagos, because you live even if you are living abroad. Wait until you have a problem and you go to the embassy and they see your name, Njoku, is inside. You will understand what we're talking about. Just wait. Wait until you have a problem. Then you find yourself in the embassy and they see your name, Njoku. You will understand what we are saying. But wherever you are, this is not the time to be silent. This is not the time. You have to tighten your belt more than ever. It is our battle, and we have to fight it now or never. Fight it more than you have ever done in the past. I pray that Njoku will give us the strength, give us the wisdom to continue to stand on until we get to our destination. I can see my beloved brother Christian there and Coach Hughes. I see my brother Christian. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate you for your constant support to the platform. May Njoku bless you more and more. Thank you so much, my brother Christian. You're welcome.
Mazitus, morning.
You're welcome, my brother.
This young sister is now I'm just getting a little bit details from you. So obviously Nigeria truly happened to her. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. This when you hear say Nigeria happened to a person, this is it. This is it. Because there are no solutions. The only solution is Biafra, that we have our place, because that Abuja, of course, nowhere is safe in the zoo, but it's even worse in Abuja because that name, they hear your name, they come after you, this terrorist or the bandit, whatever they call them, they hear your name. You remember how they killed one Igbo young lawyer, a doctor in the train? Maybe last year, I think that was last year also, because of her name, sort of, you know. So when they get hold of you and they see that your name is Igbo, it becomes even all the more, you know, dangerous situation for you. And she knows, I believe she knows. Maybe that's why she decided to just jump rather than see them lay hand on her, probably.
Exactly. That was what it is. If you can remember, we are not strange to armed robbers coming to the house in that country. So for somebody to take that risk, that is something
she knows.
They're not telling us. Something
she knows.
So she saw.
Yeah.
And being in the media.
Yeah. She knows. She knows that they probably might rape her and probably kidnap and take her away. Then it gets worse, like Shaibu, the other lady. You know, because when you are Igbo, you are a Christian, Jesus Christ, that is number one. Everything they, oh my goodness. So the only solution, there's no solution. The only solution is that we are free. We have our own country and we arrange ourselves. Because I'm telling you, this lifestyle criminality is not who we are. If you know the history of Ndi Igbo, I remember back in the day, I was in the school, some years, but it's a very long time ago, I was in school, and there was this upsurge in armed robbery, and the Igbo people came together and said that this we're not going to allow. And they went from house to house, street to street, where they were, and they took them out because they were constituting nuisance that the society does not need. And they are hardworking people. Hardworking. So the hand that does not work, let him not eat. It's biblical. So if you are lazy, well, what is the point? You have to be made do away with. If you are handicapped or if you are deformed or some form of deformity or whatever, it's a different thing. Government can step in and assist. But you have everything going for you, but you just don't want to work, you choose criminality. Well, you know, you won't be tolerating the society. So if you remember, there was this name they called this many, many years ago. I've forgotten how. I'm trying to remember the name of the group that was formed, and they went after them. I was always in Onitsha back then, you know, so they were exactly. Yeah, that was what I was looking for. So they went after them because they were constituting unbelievable, intolerable nuisance, you know, against the traders, hardworking people, people trying to go about their businesses, but they were just, you know, they went after them. This is what you do. Look at what China recently, a criminal politician, they just took him away because what is the point? If you are there to disturb people who want to go about their normal life, then it's a waste of time keeping you anywhere. Just send you to God for judgment. I believe that very strongly. For you to thrive as a society, you must do strongly. But that is not the case with Nigeria because those politicians, they are the one encouraging and supplying the criminal, the terrorists with everything they need to terrorize the people. So it's very sad that what happened to her happened, and they will want to, like you say, spin it and turn it upside down. But the truth remains the truth.
Already, even for calling that an armed robber attack, those people were terrorists. It's not armed robber. They were terrorists.
Yeah, they are.
They were terrorists. It's not just under armed robber. They were terrorists. Yeah. And that was why she took that step she took to save her life. Yeah. Eventually, she missed it.
They are, and the Nigerian journalism in that country is another very serious problem. It's a major problem in that country because every time they come out, they try to make things look like what they are not really for whatever reason. I don't know. So, but they are a problem. But I guess, like you said, if she's a one Nigerianist, that is the price you pay sometimes, you know. Again, if we have our place, we build our place. Why would you stay in Abuja? Abuja is a northern territory. Nobody, if anybody is disputing that, you're wasting your time. Abuja is a northern territory, just like Lagos is Yoruba territory. When push comes to shove, people will have to, you know, answer their own region. You have to, you know, so this. Yeah, so we cannot, you know, I was watching this program, I think it was VOP something, and there's a guy and a girl that host it, both of them, they host it, but it's Ibuamaka kind of, maybe you know it, there's one they call Tochi, To Handsome, stuff like that. And there's this sister, I've seen this sister too in the past, and she's very bold. Unbelievably brave. She's brave. I can't even, you know, so she just nailed it. She said everything that is going on. And again, because the zoo system, we know this. So she tried to make certain comment. They kind of tried to draw her back, like to caution her in form of maybe sanctioning or to censor, because she was making reference to the fact that the bandit, that is, the government is a banditry government. This government in Nigeria is banditry. She's so bold. She lives in the zoo there. She's saying all these things. And then these two anchors, they told her to, no, because they don't want to incur the wrath of the Nigerian government. You see, that's how it goes. And again, that VOP, because you always have to, you know, you, like they say, follow the money. Who is the owner of that VOP? They say Ibuamaka, whatever. It's like, I think they have the Yoruba section, they have the Igbo section and stuff like that. I'm not so sure. But the thing is, when you want to know what goes on and what the whole game, what it's all about, then you have to know who owns the VOP YouTuber. Yeah. So if you know who owns it or who sponsors or finances it, then from there you will know where the whole thing is heading. That's how it goes, you know, because I don't know if it's Rufai that owns it or he's running it on behalf of some people, whatever, but that's how it goes. So, but she made a very good point when it comes to the things going on, that how long will this thing continue before our people will wake up? It's just unfortunate. They've shown you in every way possible that they don't want you in the country, and you continue to lie to yourself. We have everything, all that it takes to build a progressive peaceful nation. We have it all. So what do you want? Why are you? I don't understand it. Now I saw also this criminal hopeless who's Odinjo with drug baron Tinubu. I don't know if it was recently, maybe yesterday or whatever. They were commissioning a project. I think hotel, and they say flyover and one other thing, stuff like that. International conference hall, whatever. And so I'm like, does these people think that we are that daft and stupid that we don't know what they are doing, the game they are playing? Tinubu is coming to commission some useless, meaningless things, but he won't commission seaport and international airport in the entire old southeastern region. They won't do that. None of it. So they think that we don't know that these people and Hope Uzodinma open his mouth, his teeth, laughing like a Christmas goat in the port. Do they think so is that a campaign strategy or gimmick or something? So that Igbos will say that Tinubu likes Igbo or Tinubu blah, blah, blah. They are bringing project or they are bringing infrastructure, whatever. Crap. They are wasting their time. We can't fall for this. This is cheap propaganda. We can't fall for it. It's so childish, you know. Tinubu, come and commission if you truly believe in equity. If you are not the chief architect of bigotry and hatred against Igbo, come and commission seaports in Igbo land. The other one from Abia, Oti, he doesn't have money to build the seaport. Can you imagine? But federal government, they are there. So not international airport, nothing. You see these two projects, these two infrastructure is the key. We've been saying it, of course, but guess what? They really don't want to talk about it because they know. The same thing goes for, like, you see the issue of electricity in Nigeria. Even before some of us were born, it's been a problem, lingering. It has lingered all this while, but it's solvable, but they make it unsolvable because there are people who are benefiting from it and they don't want it. Those who are buying, importing generator and this and that, and so they don't want to solve it. So that's the same. It goes the same way as this issue of seaport and international airport in Biafra land, because they know what the outcome, the effect of it will be, and they sit on it. And all the politicians, these criminal politicians that marud as Igbo politicians, and they can never be forgiven. When all is said and done, when the chips are done, they will never be forgiven because they know what they are doing. They know that if they gather themselves together, of course, sometimes they cannot put it on the table to them, if you remember. But they don't want to do it because they know that when that happens, that is that freedom that we want, that we are seeking. These two projects, that is the nail on the coffin. Functioning seaport and functioning international airport. Tinubu and his likes, the Nigerian system, they don't want it. What they want is that they know that as long as you don't have that, you'll be migrating, you'll be moving your business, everything will be coming to Lagos, the import tax and everything, they are enriching Lagos, and at the same time, they will be chasing you from the same place. And they deprive you of your right to have these two functioning. How can you tell me the whole region, the region that is the majorly the importers and the exporters, business people, traders, they don't have none of this. And the so-called politicians, they also know that they if they want, they can do it. They very much can get it going, but they don't want. Because that is the narrative that was sold to them, and they give them the position, governor, senator, this, that. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But like yesterday I was with a friend, I told him that these guys, the things they've committed against against Biafran, these politicians, I'm sorry to say, I say, look, they can never, these people, it will get to them, it will go so deep, because they deliberately, not only do they keep quiet, they are working with the enemies, because the enemy put them there to do their bidding. It's very obvious. So, Nnamdi Kanu, the mouth, the face of Ndi Igbo, they are there playing games, and they think we are stupid enough not to know that they are playing games. they just stalling after OT, after Soludo, OT, after OT, but after just to continue to stall in hope that one thing has to happen, whatever. But again, that is why when Sowore said what he said, regardless of where his loyalty lies, but he just spoke the facts, simple and clear, and that is that. Yeah, they have nothing against him. They don't have anything on Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian system have absolutely nothing on him. Yet to leave him, they don't want to leave him because they also know. So it's become more like not just a political prisoner, but an attempt to force him into this evil union they call Nigeria. That is what it's all about, But we won't give up. We won't give up. We know that one day, it will happen one way or the other. It will happen because, but what I hate is the hypocrisy and for me, online, on platform, wherever, I give it to them straight up because for me, the way my brain works is something, so you can't even play that game. You just cannot. That Tinubu is in Imo State. Are you mad? Doing what? So that no, we know what we want. How do you go, my brother?
Thank you so much, my brother. You've spoken well. That is the point. We have to continue to say it, shout it out, and they must hear us. Coach Hooks, are you there? Unmute yourself, Coach Hooks. Let's hear you.
Yes, Mazi True Survivor. Good morning from my side.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, bro Christian, and
good
all
morning. Good morning, brother. God bless.
All Biafrans all over the world. Good morning. Mazi Cruz. First of all, the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, both the health, insecurity, and everything has been the talk of the town. And every one of us is seeing it. And the whole thing is playing out. Everybody now can never say that is ignorant of what is going on about Biafrans all over the world. Most especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is our leader. But if I'm to say, I think I'll put it as a suggestion. This is the right time for the government of the United States of Biafra to make it official to all over the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they are holding is no longer our leader again. They are holding a president of a country. They should remove that leader of a thing. Because once they make it official to the whole world that Nigeria government is holding a president of a country, I think we're going to make the international world to put more eyes on what is happening in Biafra land. We're going to make them to put more eyes. What this a president of a country, what did he do that make them to hold him for a long time like that? Because this health issue have taken long. More than 5 years now. Let me just say more than 10 good years. Starting from 2015 to today. They have been talking about the same case all over and all over. And Mazi Simon Ekpa that is championing, that is making them to listen. They have taken it away from us. And this is the right time for the government of the United States of Biafra to do the needful. Because all of us that you are shouting every day by day that nothing should happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are we going to wait until that thing that we are talking about until it happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before we do what we're supposed to do?
I tell you. They wait, make it die. Now when you die, make us see what
we must not wait. They should make it official that they are holding a president of a country, not ordinary person. And that is what they're supposed to do. Let me stop here for now first. Let me answer one or two people first.
Thank you so much for your work. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, but because I got a call, so I was just. But this brother, coaches, he was making a suggestion. I don't know what you're saying that the USB should. What did he say? Sorry.
He said they should make the world know officially that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now a president of the country, not just a leader.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's all he said.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well,
that we should not stop. We should not just only complain and complain. And I say if anything happens to him, what if he dies? That's when we're going to act.
Yeah, well, but you have to. The thing is, there are options, right? So you have to choose, and you have also to choose tactically which option you think will be best suited, because. Yeah. So what exactly? That the question is, what is that? Complaining? Yeah, one might say that okay, maybe it's not enough to only complain online, but it's also part of it, because you have to make noise. There, yeah. According to one president that they overthrew. You remember the one president they overthrew, maybe late last year or early this year, was, so he was there telling people, his supporters, to make noise, shout to the world to hear. Because some like Bima, the guy that creates this sensation now going on, even up to until yesterday, we were also interfacing on this very issue that he raised about the genocide against Christians in Nigeria. It didn't just happen. It's as a result of people making noise. So sometimes you think that it's just noise. Well, but that is how the noise get to people, right?
Definitely.
Exactly. So, and that is why I always encouraging you. I say, yeah, it's good that we continue on it. Sometimes it seems like it's nothing, but it is something. Sometimes it's visible. Sometimes it's not. But we have to continue. There's just no any other way rather than to continue. Because now, when it comes to like the people in position of authority or leadership, these are areas where their services will be needed sometimes. Because, like, I mean, I don't live in the US, but some of our people that live there, like that, even that bro Kichkutu, who I learned lives in the US too. So people like that should be able to reach out to guys like Bima, the guy, Rufai from Arise TV was trying to denigrate or he just made a comment that he's just a comedian. That is what Rufai said, that Bima is just a comedian. That is what he used. But how naive, how idiotic to make it. Bima is
very naive and idiotic.
This guy is
how they roll. That is how they roll.
That is the zoo.
His Nigerian followers will believe him.
I finished him now. I finished the guy. When I wrote, you can't even. I said, you are describing this guy as just a comedian. This is a guy that few months ago had a private meeting with Donald Trump. Now, when Obama contested presidency, he gave Obama $1 million to support his campaign. $1 million. This is a guy that has more than 1 million followers, probably 2 million people following him, right? So this is a guy, when he speaks, he gets to the top authorities. I'm telling you the gospel truth. So, but you sit there in the zoo, brand envelope and journalist, and you call him a common comedian, just a comedian. You see, so it shows you the level. You remember when our PM was in the court? This is how they continue to parade lies that. Exactly. You remember so because they have stupid people without brain, who will believe them and follow them and continue in their stupidity in the zoo, So, but they made them, and that is why Nigeria is not going anywhere. Anybody telling you that Nigeria, that person, Nigeria is disintegration bound. Nigeria, that is what it is. It's not going to work because obviously. This thing that Bill Maher said, that comment, he has rocked all over the place. Sky News, Australia, everywhere. They're talking about the genocide against Christians in Nigeria. And it's not a propaganda. The evidence is, they have it. They have the videos, how they massacre. There's no one single day that passes that Christians, indigenous people don't get massacred. The videos are everywhere online. So they can pretend all they want. They say it's not Christian, Muslim, whatever. But the evidence is there to show that at the end of the day, the agenda is to turn Nigeria into Islamic country. Evidence is there. And the Shetima who goes to UN to go and advocate the freedom or independence of Palestinians. Meanwhile, you people are refusing people also who need their own freedom. You refuse them and you kidnap the leader for about 5 years now. So how hypocritical does it get if you behave like that? And again, you are one of the founders of this same dreaded terrorist group, Boko Haram. He's one of the founders. So sometimes they think people don't know. Sometimes they think the world doesn't know. But everything is coming to light, and that is the situation, my brother. So as for what this brother, Coach Chu, said, I can understand how everybody feel. We all feel the same way. I try to take it easy also because the level of frustration and pain, But I also believe that God will have his way at the end of the day. Let them continue to plan and plot. It will backfire on their head because we didn't do them any wrong. The same Yorubas that are coordinating from almost since ever, they've been collaborating with the North. And today, they are the one facing, in Kwara State, they are facing a massacre. They are being slaughtered over there. And unfortunately, Tinubu is even willing to sacrifice them for his 2027 presidency. I'm telling you the truth. Tinubu doesn't care because he will not want to go against the North. At least he will, should I say, damage control or lower the obstacle they will, challenge them. So this whole thing, Nigeria is not, Buba Galadima, we talked about it maybe a month ago, when he came out on Arise TV, he did not make it secret. He came out to say that they took Kwara from Yorubas and that the Yorubas were trying to take it back under Obasanjo and Tinubu in Lagos, that they appealed to them to do something. They refused because they were planning to take Kwara back from them. That therefore they did not. They had to conscript Buhari forcefully because he said that Buhari is somebody who was not or is not interested in politics per se, but that they have to lure him into it just to stop the Yoruba from taking back Kwara State. This is what on national TV he said that. So you ask yourself, is this really a country? What kind of country is this? One of the prominent northern elders coming to tell you why they brought in Buhari was to make sure that Yoruba does not take Kwara back. But Kwara State is Yoruba land. We know that. And you people and now they are seeing a big opportunity to do damage. The Fulanis because they know they are very smart too. Sometimes we tend to underestimate. We tend to underrate these Fulanis.
Of course, in Nigeria, who is smarter than them?
Nobody. Nobody.
Who is smarter than them?
Nobody. You can call them whatever. Boki, this, that. Trust me, strategically, they are pressing the right button. Because now, if you see what they are doing in Kwara State, it's because they know that Tinubu is constrained. They know that if Tinubu if he does anything against them over what is happening in Kwara, that is the end of him. The entire North, because we know, how they roll. They will say...
only one campaign, all of them would twist.
Exactly.
Once they present the religion, they put religion forward. Everybody would line up.
Exactly. They put tribe, they put religion. So, and Tinubu knows that too. That is why he just look away. Why they slaughter Yorubas and Kwara. And trust me, they're going to push even further. It's opportunity for Fulanis. They will latch on this opportunity. The fact that a Yoruba man is the president, but he can't even save his people in Kwara State. They will make sure that before all is said and done, they will have taken over there. As we speak now, more are landing, helicopters dropping arms and ammunition for their people in Kwara there. So it's opportunity to take over Kwara and see where it leads from there moving forward. What do you go, my brother?
Bro, Christian, this Kwara that they're talking about, there is a place in this Kwara State. Once is exactly 12 moon in the midnight, we are going to see a helicopter passing. As of this helicopter that we're talking about, what is it going inside forest to do exactly 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
Exactly 12 o'clock, midnight, every blessed day. Every blessed day. Meaning everything that is...
You can imagine in a country, a full country, an aircraft will be supplying ammunition for months to a place, and your security don't know what they are doing. Your security don't see it. They turn a blind and they didn't see it. They want you to believe they didn't see it. That is Nigeria for you.
Even a friend of mine that is even telling me this thing that is happening in a particular place in Kwara State, I'm still marvel. And we are going to call it how would I even, are we going to say it's Islamic country or how we going to even say it myself? Every blessed day, there's no any day that will pass. We are not going to say and that helicopter pass. And this is the right time for every one of us, most especially our brothers and sisters all over the world. You're supposed to know that this Nigeria that we're talking about, Nigeria is not for you. The only solution that we have in this Nigeria now, being you Christian, being you Muslim, being any religion at all, once you believe in freedom, Biafra is the last hope for a common man, for that freedom that we're talking about in Nigeria here. Let's continue.
Thank you so much, my brother. That is why when you see people, they pretend not to. Anybody that is still pretending not to know what's happening in Nigeria, you're just deceiving yourself. Let's listen to this one. This one is the latest terrorist attack. I think it is in Kaduna also. That Kaduna or Benue State. This is the latest one that happened there.
It was from yesterday's evening at about 6 p.m. We learned that Fulani and their cohort, who are the bandits and other terrorist networks, were moving from Bangay Fulani settlement to Bindi, which is Jebu village of Tahos community in local government. And I immediately intimated the sector commander that this is what is about happening, and he assured me that he will make deployment. After some minutes, I called him and he assured me that his men are already pinned down and they have spotted the Fulani grazing their cows, because that is what they usually do. Their modus operandi to attack villages and communities is to come massively, with their cows, and then of course the attackers will pin down and the cattle will go back. And that was the exact thing that happened last night. And so at about 10 p.m. there were some sporadic gunshots. They made an attempt, and so the vigilante that were on ground, and also the unit commander that is stationed at Soap, whom the people actually commended the effort he made. They resisted the attackers at the first instance. And so at about 3 p.m. or thereabout, the 3 a.m. of this morning, the attackers regrouped themselves and came. And of course they opened fire and killed as many as 27 people. Some were burned down to ashes at the pastorium. And it actually shocked us that despite the effort that some of the security made, we learned that there's another intervention team that was sent to come and respond or to add to the force of the security already on ground. We learned that those ones couldn't do anything. And so it actually baffles us that, of course, this is part of the collusion and the complicity of the security agents that have been sent to respond to a distress call, but they couldn't, and it led to this. And the people were calling. They said, please sir, could you help us? And of course there was nothing. So we are calling for investigation into the activities of those that were sent afterward. But we must commend the STF operatives that were stationed at SOAP, because if not that they have stood their ground, the actually fatality would have been higher than this. So we are calling that we are Nigerians, and in this general area, all farm crops have been destroyed. Like last night in Njoku community, they went and destroyed over 30 farmlands, completely mowed down. This did not only happen in Njoku, it also happened in Mbachi. It happened here in Rinyan the same night.
Has there been anything that triggers this?
There is nothing, my brother. It's just act of terrorism. A terrorist does a terrorist need to be provoked to unleash mayhem on innocent people? They are killing everybody, and these are terrorists. It must be admitted. Government must admit that terrorists have infested and have formed their enclaves. Mahanga is one, Bangay Fulani is two, Jebu is 3, this general area, and as well as fast, and with information available to us, which we have intimated the security, that they are brought in, as at last week, they brought in 5 kilos of attackers into fast.
You see, the funny thing is that these people are not coming by surprise, though. Before ever they will attack, the people in the village will get information, and they will inform the security authorities. Look at what is going to happen.
Is that Kwara, brother Choose? Is that Kwara?
It's not quite. This is not Kwara. I don't think this is Kwara. This should be. It should be.
Northern part. Northern part. It's northern part of the country.
Yes, it's the northern part. So even with the information, they will tell them. And this, when you look at them, you know that these are Christians. When you look at them, you know that these are Christians. Hearing them and their appearance, you know that these are Christians in the north. They will inform the police. They will tell them. And this will don't hide. When they are coming, they don't hide though. They don't hide. But yet they came to operate and they leave. And you see some people, they sit down, you want a country. Let's listen to the guy.
Destroyed over 30 farmlands, completely mowed down. This did not only happen in Zol, it also happened in Mbati. It happened here in Rinya the same night.
Has there been anything that triggers this?
There is nothing, my brother. It's just act of terrorism. A terrorist does a terrorist need to be provoked to unleash mayhem on innocent people? They are killing everybody, and these are terrorists. It must be.
You see how the idiotic journalist asked him. The journalist was asking him, "Don't you think that there was something that triggered it?" You can imagine. And he's asking the journalist, "Do you need to trigger a terrorist to carry out his act?" These are terrorists. You don't need to trigger anybody. And that is the lie they are painting when they come. They are right TV or whatever. They tell you it's ethnic clashes. Then next time they come and they tell you they kill their cow, they kill their ram. That is why they came to attack people.
These journalists now will be regretting the reason why I come for this investigation. Because it not want the world to hear something about it. You'll be regretting.
You don't need to provoke them. These people are terrorists. There is nothing done to them, nothing anywhere. It's just an excuse to come and attack. And he went to explain for that. Let us hear him.
Admit that terrorists have infested and have formed their enclaves. Mahanga is 1, Bange Fulani is 2, Jebu is 3, this general area, and as well as fast, and with information available to us, which we have intimated the security, that they are brought in, as at last week, they brought in 5 kilos of attackers into fast. We were thinking that there's going to be a rapid response to have those people arrested. All the information we got is that the people that came for wedding, which wedding, and even went from the informants that were there, they witnessed these people, and it was from there they went to attack so many places. So we are dealing with attackers who are bandits, who are terrorists, who are armed Fulani militants, not Fulani hate men. It must be known. And if government will not rise up to the occasion to guarantee the safety of lives of people, I tell you, we have option than to resort to self-help, because it's constitutionally provided. And we cannot be killed. We are not created to be killed. We are created to live and serve God in our own land and enjoy our constitutional right. But today, we are living at the mercy of the bandits who are here. If it were a Fulani killed today, the whole community will have been ransacked. There was an allegation day before yesterday in this area. Military came and invaded this place. They came and ransacked the whole place. They are looking for a corpse of the Fulani. And that is the modus operandi of the Fulani. Whenever they want to unleash mayhem, they will frame up either a cow is rustled, or a cow is killed, or their kinsmen are killed. And then there is no establishment. If it is the truth, why wouldn't they allow security agents to carry out this great investigation to unravel that? But of course, that was the same thing they did when they attacked Rim community within last week, and they killed 2 people, and we have not heard of any arrest. We have not seen anything. But our boys are currently in detention that we arrested with nothing in their hands, and they are currently in detention. So what are we saying? Of injustice ever be perpetrated and then go free, if not because of this country, if not in this part of the country.
Thank you.
So we are calling that all our youth that have been arrested for no just cause, for not in possession of anything, should be released with immediate effect. We had already calmed the youth down, because otherwise this place would have been a pathway, because youth were ready to block the road, to tell the world, to tell President Tinubu, to also tell Barrister Caleb Mutu and the executive governor of Plateau State that enough of what we are seeing in this general area. We cannot continue this way. Enough of it. It must stop. Government must rise up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You have heard him. This Plateau State. It is Plateau State. You have heard him. And these are Christians. So when we are talking about these issues, if you go to Arise now in their studio as they sit down, and you go to Arise TV or you go to channels, they will tell you it is ethnic. They will say it is clash. They will first of all begin to present excuse for the terrorists, that maybe their car lost, just like this idiot was trying to do. That they don't think that something was done that provoked them, and you justify the taking of innocent life. That is why one woman in the Senate, one woman stood up and he was telling the entire Senate that the Fulani loved the life of his cow more than a human being. Was making a case for the Fulani headers that they love their cow more than a human being. So when their cow misses, they can take the life of a human being for the cow. This is the country we want us to be together with. And the senator from the south stood up and told him that we do not equal human being to animal. Not 1,000 animals is equal to one human being. In our own culture, 1,000 cows cannot equal to one human being. But to a full animal, a cow is even higher than a human being. How can you be able to live in the same country with this kind of people? Tell me. Our value system is not the same. The people that have this kind of a value system, in a system where they value cow more than a human being, how can you exist in the same place with them? How? What are you going to do to please them? How? And you see people continue to allow this idiocy to continue. You see some of us continue to allow this madness to continue. How long can we allow it? The only solution remains Biafra. It is either Biafra or nothing. It is that Biafra, or you wait for the Nigeria to happen to you as it happened to that girl in Arise today. Some Njoku. It's either you struggle and support the actualization of Biafra any way you can, any system, any strategy you have, bring it on. Let us get out of this zoo. Or else, what happened to Som Njoku will happen to you. She's in Abuja.
Mazi Nnamdi, do you know that it is very, very likely that this young sister now that passed away, where the house, they call the police will not respond because it's deliberate. Not because that is what Nigeria is. And just like this other one, the guy who was speaking on that red shirt, the police, they don't respond. They don't come to rescue because sometimes they are in cahoots. Sometimes they are working with the terrorists. They know that they are going for operation. So if you call them, they won't respond. Or sometimes they are also afraid of their own life because most times the terrorists are more equipped than they. Equipped and motivated. They are better. They are more motivated than them because for them, what is there to lose my life for? For what am I putting my life on the line when it's not going to make any difference anyway? You go there, the terrorists who are better equipped, they take you out, and the country won't take care of you. You lose. It's a win-win. It's a no-win situation for everybody in the country. And trust me, if I was in the zoo, if I happens to be there as a person, I will not live in Lagos. I will not live in Abuja. Trust me, I would rather go in the village. At least I know I'm in my village, and possibly organize a way to defend myself. Because this Abuja you are seeing, they are arguably the most vulnerable places because they've entered. They are in Abuja, very much in Abuja. Very much operating, they can do anything, and they are working with the security agencies. Because among the security agencies are some of them terrorists themselves. They are collaborators, they are financiers, they are coordinators among the security apparatus. So You see, some of them, when they say they are repented or rehabilitated or whatever, they push them into the security agencies. So it's complicated. It's a no-win situation for anybody in that country. So, like I said, this sister work in an Arise TV. It's just unfortunate. You would have rather be in Biafra land at least. I think that that might just be a safer place to be, because there at least you can organize with people to protect yourself. They can come into a building and going from rooms to room or from flat to flat.
Flat to flat, nobody will come.
Can you imagine? And in Abuja, that is the capital. So are you will call police? Police will not mobilize either with the car or helicopter, or I mean, as soon as the urgency, they can operate for minutes and if not hours, and nobody, no security, no police will respond. You ask yourself, so, and it's not today that it's been going on. The security agencies, they don't respond until they finish what they are doing. So I think it's a wake-up call. Leave Abuja, leave Lagos, leave these places, go back to Biafra lands and see to it that there's a security vigilante or any form of organization to protect the people, so that at least if one is going down, you go down fighting rather than somebody just coming and rape you over and or take you away just like that. People must be able to put up a fight so that if I'm going down, I'm taking some along with me. So that is the situation. And all these things happening, the politicians, they don't care. Tinubu doesn't care. His mind is made and focused on 2027. Whether terrorists take over, he just doesn't care. And he doesn't want to provoke them. He doesn't even Shetima, he will not, because these are people, their mind is set on making Nigeria an Islamic country. That is the main goal. That is the objective, So that is the situation, but it's really sad. It's sad that these things are happening, and people think that it's not serious, but until it gets to them, some are one Nigerians. Until when Nigeria happens to them, Ojiokwe, she's also working there. She's a Biafran from the other river Rhine area or whatever. Every time they come there, they run their mouth, Nigeria, our Nigeria, our Nigeria.
Well, Nigeria, the lesson for them now, it will get to everybody.
Exactly. They don't want to learn, but they will learn the hard way. Because we've been saying this thing time and time without number, that Nigeria is not going to get any better or easier. It just continue to drift into the abyss of destruction. It's not a cause, it's just a reality. Because you cannot, I always say that it's impossible to put yam on the ground and think that you will get cassava. No. So Nigeria is built for this, and that is what is living out. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible. And again and again and again, they don't talk about it. The media, they look away. They pretend that it's just one-off situation. It's not one-off. It's going to continue. How do you go, my brother?
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Every one of us should continue to speak, just like my brother Christian said. And when he was making a speech, I said this several times here, that we must continue to make noise. Yeah. This noise making is very important. Government does not release their prisoner out of pity. They release them out of pressure. If you think they will release anybody for you out of pity, it is not going to happen. It is out of pressure. And you see this issue of what we are saying. You think they're not here? They are hearing us. Look at this issue of Christians killing in the north that just came up online today. That now is on the front line that everybody is crying about. Do you know when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started complaining about that death of Christians in the north? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started talking about it even when he was in one Nigeria. When he conducted that protest in UK, that protest he did in the UK. He was calling Nigerian government to pay attention on the death of Christians in the north. We have been speaking about it a very long time. Mazi Simon Ekpa talked about it in several occasions. They had it. It's not that they didn't hear it. But just as we say, international interest will always play in at any given point in time. And it is important you always put your case on front line. So when that opportunity presents itself, you will use it to your own advantage. You see the reason they are now speaking about that issue of northern narrative now to use it and change the narrative. Because everyone's attention now is distracted on going on Palestine. Now, that issue of Palestine, so much talk now, is affecting even the US and some other interests. In order to change narrative now and shift the attention where the main thing is happening, it's not as if they didn't know. It is not a lie. It's not as if they know. But now, they just saw it that is the easiest way. And the case is already on the line. They now put it forward. And people are now talking about it. The same way, a time will come when this British, you see, this British, a time will come when Njoku will create chaos among them that will make the United States to look for something they will do against them. And the only thing you can do to Britain today is to take them away from Nigeria. For you to support Biafra. You open your mouth, you mention Biafra today, United Kingdom is gone. United Kingdom is gone. The amount of stealing, this UK you are going to celebrate, all of you travel, you want to go to UK, the wealth of that UK is gotten from Nigeria. Nigeria is where they are based. That is where they're getting everything they have. That is where their hope is. Just like in that video that man Herbert said, whenever you are talking and you press that button, oil, gas, you have touched their heartbeat, and they will fight you with everything they have. And just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that our freedom is going to be the last miracle on the planet Earth. It tells you how difficult it will be. But being a miracle, only God will use the person he's going to use. It takes one man to press that button. A man will press that button and there is nothing they can do. If they told France that 3 African countries will send them packing, if they tell France that Côte d'Ivoire will stand them face to face and send them packing, Mali, DJ, will stand them toe to toe and tell them pack, move away, they will never believe it.
Yeah.
France will never ever believe it. And when they left, you see the revelation that will come in. That the resources in Niger, they were taking it free. The resources in Niger that we were taking to light up France and the answering Paris, one of the best cities in the world.
Yeah.
They were taking it free from Niger.
And leaving Niger dark.
If you have not gone to Niger, you will not know how dark Niger has been.
Yeah.
If you have not been to Niger, you will not understand how dark and how poor France rendered Niger. You will see children who are lying down in the street, flies entering their nose and ears. They can't even, no food to eat, nothing. Literally eating sand. If you have not been to Niger, you will not know the havoc that France caused in Niger. The only place that looks like a place that human being exists is Niamey in Niger.
Yeah, the capital.
The capital. That's the only place you can see something like lose a breath of life.
Yeah.
After that capital, any other place you go to in that very Niger, my brother.
I don't know if we've discussed this, but I also don't know if people have observed a pattern. That is that since Tinubu became president, well, since he stole the mandate of Peter Obi, smuggled himself into the place, he has never been to US. 2 times now, you know, this UN assembly, this United Nations assembly meeting, you know, he has deliberately, carefully avoided it, sending Shetima.
He can never go there. If he go there, you will never come back.
You know, the thing is that generally there's universal convention that allows presidents to go to UN on National Assembly meetings, stuff like that. So they are immune, they have that immunity. But the difference that most people have not noticed is the unconventionality of Donald Trump, the unpredictability of Donald Trump. A Trump that can be very unhinged. Tinubu is scared to death of Donald Trump. He knows that you just never know what Trump is going to do. He can do anything. So because, and he was also warned by one Akiyemi, one Yoruba guy who was a foreign minister back then, to be very careful with Donald Trump. He told him. Now, with this criminality, this drug crime hanging over his head, he knows that
election. Illegal election that was not approved.
Exactly, because Trump is one who he can't stomach people like Tinubu. No, not even a bit. He just can't. Therefore, the unknown is what is carrying Tinubu, that every year he sent Shetima to go and represent him. He will never. I doubt if he will ever be able to step his foot in America, except that if he is able to capture that aspect of Trump's the word, you know, because Trump is a guy too that he likes he's a businessman. Is that business mindset that drives him for the most part? But I don't know what Tinubu is going to sell to Trump anymore. I just don't know. The oil wells or the oil in Nigeria, in Biafra, is more or less dashed out, given out to various interests. Yeah. So I don't know what more Tinubu is going to sell to Trump to make him lower the temperature. But until then, trust me, Tinubu will continue to send somebody to go to America. It's a no-go area. Now, and these people know, but they are not even ashamed that they have a president whom, because of the drug issue, drug criminality, he cannot go to America. They're pretending as if they don't know that is why Tinubu cannot go to America. Shame on these people. They say they are one Nigeria. Shame on you if you come and tell me you're in Nigeria. You are lower, even lower than an ant on the ground. How do you go, my brother?
Can you imagine, my brother Chris, can you imagine Tinubu going to United Nations and begin to advocate for Palestine the way this idiot is doing? Can you imagine Tinubu doing that with the interest US having? Can you imagine Tinubu going there and make such speech and come back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine Tinubu going there to speak against Israel, talk everything, and then come back home?
Yeah, Shetima goes to do that, and he gets even more. He gets even mockier. Why? Because Shetima is one of the Islamic founders of Boko Haram. The world knows.
Nobody takes him serious now. They know him.
Exactly. So, and the world knows that Hamas were in Nigeria, in Abuja. I think he was in Abuja, where they hosted Hamas, a terrorist group, non-terrorist group. Nigeria hosted it, and they told Hamas that they have a friend in Nigeria, meaning that they are, solidary behind them. So obviously they made them, Nigeria has invariably made itself a terrorist country because they embrace terrorism, and they are working with Boko Haram, working with all the terrorists. It's a known fact. People think that we are being propagandized. No, we are not. It's a known fact because the government is not ready or willing to fight the terrorists. They know where they are, but they won't go after them. The terrorists will come and have meeting with them with all their body armors, all the arms and ammunition. Where we saw it, the video is there for the whole world to see. A terrorist coming on the table with well armed with their supporters, and the government cannot do anything about that. They finish the negotiation and they just walk away. So, what more other evidence do you need to know that Nigeria is a terrorist country? What do you?
It is
Yes, bro, Christian. I think that is one of the other statements that said, if insurgency, or how do you even put it myself? If any attack happen in a community or in a place, and that attack lasted for 48 hours,
now.
Yes, you should know that government hand there for that attack.
That is what is not be Abacha talk.
Now Abacha talk.
Yeah. That is a known fact. But do you know why Abacha said it? Because trust me, bro, this Boko Haram and all these terrorists in the north, if Nigerian government, if they are really, really out to take them out, flush them out, it's easy. Come on now, can you imagine terrorist organization operating in any part or state in America or UK or Germany or where, or even Ghana. Can you imagine that? The terrorist group is in, let's say, Ashanti, or in Kumasi in Ghana, operating year in, year out. You know what the Ghanaian government will do? They will go there and flush out everybody. They will, of course, they attempted it, but Ghana just took them out straight up and they ran away. Since then,
you see, that is why the thing is disturbing. Look at this guy that spoke now. This guy that spoke from Plateau State.
Yeah.
He mentioned the places they are, their camps. He mentioned them. In the case of Nigeria, a governor has come out and tell us that he knows them.
They know where they are.
He knows where they are.
Yeah.
But yet, and that is why sometimes when I hear that the US say that they are collaborating with Nigeria on terrorism, I wonder what kind of collaboration is that?
Yeah.
What are they collaborating for?
Yeah, it's like
you see that they are double standing. They say they are collaborating with Nigeria to stop terrorism in West Africa. The same country are sponsoring it in the front.
Yeah. You remember that there was a year, I don't know, I think it was during Jonathan, when the US came to rescue the Chibok girls. And when they came, when the US, their military, when they came, all information was already given to the Jonathan government, how they were going to prepare the ground, because Americans, they were going to use gas, sort of, some kind of gas weapon to silence the kidnappers who are holding the Chibok girls. So, but to their surprise, when they arrived, they just see that all the terrorists were wearing face masks. And so they just gave up. They can't tire. Say, how does it happen that they leak the information to the terrorists? That's where Jonathan came out and cried that Boko Haram are in his government. You see, because in that government of Jonathan, just like other subsequent governments, the terrorists are in there. Even this Tinubu government, they are all working together. So if you are plotting anything against the Boko Haram, against the terrorists, they are leaking the information to them because they are there. All this Ribado, the one who, all of them,
the chief terrorist now.
All of them are terrorists, bro. All of them are terrorists. Trust me. We don't just talk for talking sake. These guys have that motive in their mind to slowly.
Brother Christian, have you forgotten about Pantami?
Oh, okay.
Who was in charge of communication? So
exactly.
Every call you make, every communication that comes
they
to
tap
Nigeria,
it. They tap it.
He gets it.
Yeah.
You can imagine that guy is somebody who openly confess his support for which
Al-Qaeda. Yeah. Those are the people running Nigeria.
And they gave him communication minister.
Can you imagine?
Do you know the amount of information that guy has?
Yeah.
Do you know the amount of contact he has up to this moment as we speak? Because such sensitive position, even when the person have left that office, there are so many sensitive things in their hands that you can't take away.
Yeah.
You can't take it away.
Hmm.
You can imagine sensitive position they gave to terrorists. This person that is their vice president today, a terrorist was seen in his governor's lodge when he was a governor.
Yeah.
A wanted terrorist was seen in his governor's lodge.
Yeah, he housed him. He housed a terrorist in his house.
In his house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the country that Finland say they gave them intel about Mazi Simon Ekpa. They are the one that gave you the information. You base your kidnap of Mazi Simon Ekpa on the information they gave to you that he's a terrorist. You can imagine a country that is a member of European Union. You join Nigeria to criminalize self-determination. Mazi Simon Ekpa has been in your country for decades. He has served you on several areas. He has not been indicted anywhere. He has not gone to court once. Only this once, Nigeria now give you informations. The Nigeria gave you intel that Mazi Simon Ekpa. Look at the Nigeria. The Nigeria that gave Finland intel is the Nigeria we are just explaining what they are.
Yeah.
Now, is it not up to 8 months now, or 8 months or 11 months now going? Terrorism, have it stopped since you heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Southeast, sit at home, is it not still going on? In the Southeast, are people not still dying? The attack, has it stopped? The attack, has it stopped? And Finland, with their open eye, had the gut to sentence somebody for self-determination and sentence him for 6 years and call him a terrorist. They say he belonged to a terrorist group. Which other group do Mazi Nnamdi Kanu belong to except from IPOB? The only group Mazi Nnamdi Kanu belongs is IPOB. So Finland has now confirmed that 90 million people, 80 million people who call themselves Biafran, that they are terrorists. A country that is part of the European Union decided to endorse what a terrorist country have said, calling all of us terrorists. And some of us idiotically are rejoicing. You think it's about Mazi Simon Ekpa. Oh, the jail man is 6 years. You forgot that that jail term is for 80 million people. Just as we are speaking. More especially those living in Europe. You forgot that the European laws, there's a way they play their laws. Once Finland, they do something now and carry it on and move on with those other countries of Europe. They are members of the European Union. They can lobby others to approve the same thing. And before you know it, they criminalize anything you do in self-determination. And some of us idiotically saw what is happening and you are quiet. Thank God that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going for his appeal. And by the grace of Njoku, this month we're going to hear the appeal. It is so sad. The atrocities against us is unimaginable, and we cannot continue to keep silent on all these things. As we are rounding up on this very program, before we round up on this very program today, let us try and get our closing remark. I think we have spent enough time, because I'm going to come back again in the evening by the grace of Njoku. So let's try and take our closing remark. Coach Hughes, take your closing remark before we end up the program.
Branches, if he's busy, let me just quickly close up my own, and because I was going to run away anywhere now. So obviously, the thing is that it's very obvious now that the battle we are in is a battle between good and evil, and it's global. It is global. The likes of the Finland, and the British government, they are all in that group of the evil. I make no mistake when I say that, because Biafrans are not terrorists, far from it, not even remotely closed, and the world know it. But because evil has overtaken nations like Finland, they continue to play that global evil game. But we will continue, and because our cause is just. What we are fighting for is freedom, to be free, nothing more, nothing less. We are not asking to harness or to invade or to take something that no. So therefore, the wrath of Njoku Abiyama will be before them, because everything they are doing and everything that is happening in the zoo, even as we speak now, they cannot pretend that they don't know whom the terrorists are, and who the region where it's coming, and who are those pushing certain agenda. They know all. They know everything. Since they incarcerated Simon Ekpa, we see what is happening in the country. Even as we speak now, in that Yoruba land, we see how they are ravaging. They can continue. They can take over Yoruba land. Yoruba can become one with the Northerners. But let them just leave us alone, because we don't play. We are not part of it. This Islamic Sharia terrorism, we are not part of it, and we will never be part of it. So they can continue on their own and leave us alone, because they have also been the one who have been dancing with these same people all along, and now the Fulanis have seen the opportunity to push even harder. You can see it's like a concentrated effort now towards that Kwara. So you ask yourself, why Kwara? Why? They've always been there, because they own the lorry, but why are they pushing now and they are supplying them as we speak now. We have got us supplying them arms and ammunition, dropping Fulani terrorists to continue. So it's an ongoing thing. It is an ongoing stuff going on now. And these countries, they know. British, they all know what is happening. Don't think that they don't know. They have their commissioners and the embassies and stuff like that. So they know. So for Finland to be doing what they are doing, they are only digging their own damnation. That is what it's all about. Because Simon Ekpa is a good guy. You know, all he did, just like Nnamdi Kanu, is to make sure that they protect their people from being genocided, but from being massacred. That is what it's all about. And they know it, you know. So, but for us, we will continue to make noise because things are happening too. And be it whoever it is, continue to make noise, continue to speak out, continue to write. Things are happening. Like I told you, that word from PMR is all over the places now. Major networks are reporting it. This is how it builds. This is how you create this narrative, and it puts pressure on the enemies too. So that is much I can say for now, bro. We'll see again by the grace of God. Thank you for your effort, and keep on, bro.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful submission, and always encouraging the Biafrans, putting that fire, make it burning, creating that international awareness. It is very, very key and important at this very point in time. My brother Coach Chooks, if you are there, give us a closing remark as we round up on the program.
Yes, so I'm still here, Mazi. Choose.
No, my
Good
brother.
morning, good afternoon once again, and all daily Biafrans all over the world. Continue to like the program and share it. And at the same time, we continue to pray for all our leaders, most especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Olabese, and all the cabinet that people Biama is using to do the needful in this point in time. Because international world, they have been as if they do not know what is happening to Biafras. They do not know what is happening to the children of the light in this land of the zoo. But as we always said, we continue to speak until that person that Biama said to save his children, until he hear us, and that is when the whole world is going to do the needful. And another thing again, we continue to be praying for our leaders, because even though the evil ones and Nigeria government as well, as they give in that poison that we don't know what is disturbing our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's only Chukwu Biama that know whether is it poison or whether any sickness at all. But I pray whatever thing that they give to him is going to be victory for all the genuine Biafrans all over the world. Even though they give him poison, that poison is going to turn to what every one of us not expected. It's going to turn to a victory for every one of us. And I also pray that Chukwu Kikabia will continue to protect his children, protect all the genuine Biafrans that is speaking the goodness of the freedom of all these children all over the world. Thank you once again. I hit my mic.
Thank you so much, my brother Coach Chooks. I appreciate you for your constant support and contributions, and also supporting the Biafran people all the time, giving courage and words of wisdom. I appreciate you so much. May Chukwu come together and protect you wherever you are. Thank you so much. Fellow Biafrans, we have come to the end of the program today. I appreciate everyone that have joined us from the beginning of this program to this very time. As we close this program today, let us remember, this is not the end. This is only another desperate attempt to break us. What is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is not the end. What is happening to Simon Ekpa today is not the end. It is just another desperate attempt to break us. But history has shown again and again, the oppressor always fails and the truth always win. Don't forget that. The oppressor always fails, and the truth always wins. Let the world hear us loud and clear. Biafra lives. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must live. And no poison, no power can stop our freedom. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom across the world, my people, I thank you all for standing firm up to this minute. If you are still standing in faith, talking about Biafra, broadcasting and sending message of Biafra, promoting Biafra up to this point, I thank you so much for standing firm up to this minute. Thank you for sharing the truth each time you come across the truth, and for remaining united, as many as are united in faith, to pursue our common interests, collective interests, which is self-determination. Until we meet again in the evening, remain strong, remain fearless. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless us all wherever you are. Never give up, no matter what you see. Never give up, no matter what you hear. Never give up, no matter the challenges. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide and protect every single one of us. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide and protect all our leaders. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again in the evening. Stay blessed and remain prosperous. Thank you so much. Bye.
Return.